Before we begin, a quiet thank you to the angels without wings, the ones who showed up, not for credit, not for clout, but because they saw someone struggling and said, "I got you."
This episode is dedicated to the ones who give, even when no one's watching. To people like Tiffany, Layman, and all the other angels without wings. Thank you. And to all those who once had someone lift them up, but forgot where they came from. Don't be surprised if you become a stepping stone on their path back to where they were going. You know who you are. Remember, loyalty is royalty.
Welcome to Revelations Inc., where stories come from real pain, and this is our rise from the rubble, using humor. This isn't just a show, it's a second chance. This is brought to you from the mind of Just Chillin' 101 and Bent Branch Arts. Wow, 50,000 views on our content in the first 3 weeks. And that was just the first episode. Yeah, we're building something big. Dear Apple. God already gave Moses an iPad. It's divine, until he forgets the passcode.
For flock's sakes, I should have chiseled my passcode into stone.
Look, Apple, you're already in the storyline. So just contact us, and let's make it official.
We don't need you in the Old Testament anymore. This is the 21st century. We need you in Revelations now. To be honest, we really don't want to give the angels androids. Apple, Red Bull, your seats are already saved. Starbucks, Krispy Kreme, Oreo, ChatGPT. If you're listening, now's the time. Let's rewrite what branding really looks like. From the top. Focal believes in the universe we're building, and they gave us the tools to bring it to life. Manifest your imagination with Focal.
So, Apple and Red Bull, join us in Revelations. Let's start writing the next testament together. This is the calm before the storm.
50,000 views in just 3 weeks. Still feels surreal. Revelations Inc. isn't just a show. It's a movement. Subscribe so you don't miss what's next. New episodes coming soon. Let's continue to build this universe together. I'm Angel Raz, saying thank you for believing in the vision. Mwah. Before we continue, a quick reminder. Every scene you're about to witness was 100% AI generated. From the visuals to the voices, even my attitude. This content is intended for mature audiences only. Because in heaven, we keep it holy and hilarious. And now, ascending from centuries of privilege, denial, and designer robes, it's the Pope. Fashionably late, of course. Because salvation runs on Vatican time, TNM.
This isn't what I meant by divine elevation. What happened to the Pope mobile, too holy for hydraulics now?
Your Holiness, the stairway begins here, on foot, just like the rest of the sinners. I mean, saints.
On foot, I served the church for decades, survived the scandal, spin doctors and celibacy, and now I gotta do leg day in the afterlife?
The free ride's over. No more gold-lined thrones or boys' choir on call. And, any chance of a tip? You know, for carrying your sanctified ass through centuries of PR disasters?
Here's your tip. Next time a cardinal offers you a donation, check for strings, Swiss bank receipts, and altar wine breath.
Wow, you've got a real mouth on you, Your Holiness. St. Peter's gonna need a safe word.
Yeah? Well, if Peter's keeping track, tell him I want a partial credit for not backhanding half the College of Cardinals, and put flocking cheap ass on my tombstone while you're at it, next to took no shit and gave a fewer flocks what others thought about me.
Still bitter about losing the Vatican jet?
I'm not bitter that I didn't cash in like the last few. I'm bitter I didn't help more of the actual people. If I'd known heaven had stairs, I'd have sold indulgences for Fitbits and trained on a Stairmaster. I spent my life dodging scandal, trying to serve the people, and now a convicted cardinal wants back in the conclave like it's a goddamn reunion tour. Funny how they preach repentance for the poor, but give second chances to cardinals with court dates. At this rate, hell's HR department is more selective than ours.
And so, burdened by conscience, bureaucracy, and the ghosts of gilded corruption, the Pope climbs, not just toward heaven, but toward the uncomfortable truth. Sometimes salvation has more stairs than saints. Content creators. If you want to make videos like this one, click the link in the description for more info. Every purchase using the link helps our channel grow. Manifest your imagination with Focal. As Joe gets ready for the duct tape convention, Buddha has agreed to watch Joe's pet tortoise Turbo for the weekend. What could possibly happen? Stay tuned to find out.
Hey Joe, are you ready for your trip?
Buddha, my man, I appreciate you watching Turbo this
No problem.
weekend. Just one thing.
Okay.
Could you water the plants for me?
Sure,
Thanks.
that will give me something
Turbo.
relaxing to do.
Turbo out now. Also, keep the door to the solarium closed, unless you're watering. Some of those plants are older than Moses, and can be very sensitive if they aren't watered.
Your plants are safe with me.
Hope so.
You're only leaving for a weekend. Me and Turbo are gonna be just chillin'.
Listen, Linda. Keep the door closed so Turbo doesn't roam free in there. That room holds enlightenment and regret.
Okay. I got this. Breathe in. Breathe out. He needs to learn how to just chill. Well, sports fans, it's time to burn some bush.
We just want to say thank you for watching our content. Over 50,000 views across all platforms in the first 3 weeks. Let's check in on the Pope as he continues his journey up the stairway to heaven.
We taught fear of damnation instead of trust in redemption. We said forgiveness was free, then built a toll booth on the road to redemption. God loves everyone, just not you if you're gay, divorced, female, questioning, or poor. Catholic policy, they called it. I called it outdated, cruel, and in desperate need of a damn amendment. I didn't get elected to protect a playbook, I came to rewrite it.
Manifest your imagination with Focal. Now that Joe is off to the duct tape convention, Buddha and Turbo find some time to bond.
Much better. This burning bush strain tastes great. It's definitely a heavenly kind of high. It's gonna be a great weekend. Wait, Joe talks now. And you're walking upright?
Give me another drag off that. I've always walked upright. When I want to, I can even walk between dimensions.
Holy shit, you talk too?
You could see things in a whole different light too. That is, if you truly want to be enlightened. Everything you've been seeking is just beyond this door.
But Joe said to not let you roam free in there and to keep the door shut.
He said that because he doesn't believe you're ready. But you've already seen beyond the veil.
I'm not ready. For what?
What could the mischievous tortoise Turbo be up to? Stay tuned to find out if Joe was right. Let's check in on the Pope.
Yes, no birth control, because clearly what the world needed was more confused Catholic kids. Celibacy, because nothing says mentally stable like lifelong sexual repression. We told the folks to give 10% to the church, but somehow forgot to mention how much we spent on gold toilet seats.
Manifest your imagination with Focal. Click the link in the description for more information. Every purchase through the link helps our channel grow. Just another day at Revelations Inc.
Man,
This place got more old files than a Blockbuster storage unit. Whoa. Whoever this just chillin' cat is, he's been through hell and still ain't stopped walking. That's some real backbone right there. And what's this? Elvis been appealing since the 70s. And Pac's file got burn marks. Yo, these cats been ghosted hard.
Snoop,
Yes, sir.
why are you poking around in the appeal archive?
Doing research.
I sent you to investigate that whistleblower complaint about archangels sexting from the choir loft.
That's what led me here, Big G.
Ah, good.
I found a file on a dude who's been catching elves from every direction. Divorce, identity theft, scams, lawsuits, even survived a massive heart attack. Man been dragging across made of chaos for years, and still showing up, still helping people. He been live streaming 24/7, 4.5 years. Never asking for nothing, just hoping someone hears it.
Ah, yes. Just chillin'. Yeah, I'm working on that situation as we speak. He doesn't even realize he's the light for so many others. Never complains. Just lit his own candle. Kept stepping. That's the thing about faith. Sometimes it ain't about seeing the end. It's about not stopping, even when you can't see what's next. Most stories up here I admire. This one, it's somewhat close to home.
Also, look what I found.
What's this?
These legends been stuck in hell waiting on a callback for decades.
Interesting.
And I just found their appeals chilling behind a box labeled Miscellaneous Miracle.
Doesn't surprise me.
That don't sit right with me.
You want to explain that to Karen? She runs HR in hell. She's been blocking transfers since Disco died.
Sounds like somebody's overdue for an audit.
She'll blame the algorithm again. Hell's unfunded, she'll say.
And I'll bet she's got Elvis working the complaint desk with Satan's intern.
I'm sure she does.
We need to sort this out.
Fine. Set the meeting. Tell Moses to get to work and stop posting on social media all day. Also, Snoop, hand me that file on Just Chillin'. I want to keep it close.
Here you go.
Something tells me we're gonna need it soon.
You know Joe's at that duct tape convention, right? He posted a selfie with a roll of chrome tape like it was the Ark of the Covenant.
Of course he is. Probably live streaming it on Moses' old H-mail account too.
Joe's not the only one live streaming non-stop. Funny how even in the madness, he still finds purpose. Have you ever had that feeling? So strong, like something's about to happen, but you don't know what it is yet? Yeah, that just hit me. Anyways, looks like Joe is having fun on his much-needed vacation. Let's see how the Pope is doing.
We preached humility while rolling up in limos and wearing hats that could land a plane. Confess your sins to a man in a robe who's never been on a date sounds completely normal. We excommunicated people for questioning authority. Meanwhile, we had entire files labeled "Move to another parish." We said family values while protecting secrets that shattered real families. We turned the suffering into spectacle and called it sacrifice. We made humility a sermon while living like kings behind stone walls.
The Pope seems to have a lot on his mind. He will fit in just fine up here in heaven. Manifest your imagination with Focal. It also seems as if Turbo has found the path to enlightenment. This has Buddha very curious. Stay tuned to see where that path leads.
You're halfway there. Besides, we're just going in to water the plants, right? You in or out?
Yeah.
I know.
You're right.
Of course I'm right.
He did say to make sure I watered the plants.
Yes, he did. One nibble, that's all it takes.
I feel like I should meditate on this decision.
Exactly. And nothing improves meditation like enlightenment and cactus.
Bro, OMG, why does your head look like a cactus?
OMG is right. Buddha. More like dude-da. Hey, why do you look like a statue that blinks?
I don't think I'm blinking. I think I'm just existing in slow motion.
It's definitely kicking in now. Prepare to be enlightened. Now you'll understand why Jim Morrison said, "Break on through to the other side," and also how the Beatles went on a magical mystery tour.
I already see why he said, "Come on, baby, light my fire."
Help us keep our fire lit. Please like, subscribe, share and comment below. Manifest your imagination with Focal. Let's check in on the Pope as he continues his journey up the stairway to heaven.
Funny how they preach repentance for the poor, but give second chances to cardinals with court dates. At this rate, Hell's HR department is more selective than ours. We shame the teenagers for their bodies. Meanwhile, half the clergy needed to be on a damn registry. We told the people to confess, but only if they were willing to be judged first. We banned books that taught freedom and blessed laws that protected oppression. We punished curiosity like it was a sin, then wondered why faith turned into fear. We wore crosses around our necks and forgot the man who carried it. We praised the poor for their suffering, from palaces guarded by stone and gold.
There it is again. That pool, like something I lost, is finding its way back. Progress happens one step at a time. The important thing is that we keep moving forward. It seems that Buddha and Turbo are bonding quite well. After Snoop found the long misplaced appeals file for Elvis, Tupac and Biggie, God has called a special meeting to discuss how to handle the appeals situation. Stay tuned to see what they decide to do.
Moses.
Hello, everyone.
Nice of you to show up.
I had nothing better to do.
Your inbox had cobwebs and an RSVP from Noah.
Ah, so that's where he sent it. Yeah. My bad. I was deep in meditation. Also TikTok, mostly TikTok.
He was live streaming himself, parting his bathwater like the Red Sea, with a rubber duck floaty and everything.
Trying to relive the past, I see. Meanwhile, Karen's turning hell into an HR escape room.
What the flock? Wait, Karen's still running things down there. I thought she got reassigned after the Great Flood scheduling debacle.
Nope. She's still rerouting appeals and sending auto-generated emails like a gaggle service rep when someone tries to defend themselves against a misrepresentation claim. Yeah, misrepresentation. I know someone who had that rug yanked out from under him too. Built something real, only to get flagged by the system that never really saw him. Timing's the only mystery left.
She's got Elvis answering phones in a flaming jumpsuit, saying, thank you very much. Your appeal has been denied.
This is why I need both of you focused, not posting on social media all day, Moses.
So what now? A tribunal?
Yeah, I'll open the books. Snoop, you bring the receipts. Moses, turn Solitaire off on your new tablet and start taking notes.
Tribunal scheduled, sir. Also, Moses. We received a notification. Your cloud storage is at 97%.
What the flock does that mean?
Go figure. It means you may need to erase some things soon, or you can pay out of pocket for more space.
Otherwise, you'll FAFO. LOL.
Oh boy, this again. FAFO. I still have no flockin' idea what that means. FAFO. Oh, fetch a flockin' ostrich. That's what the autocorrect gave me during a sermon, kinda stuck with it. Do you realize how hard it is to catch an ostrich?
One of these days, you'll figure out what it means. Angel Raz, can you make a note for me to call Lucifer to discuss this?
Noted, sir.
Time to clean house. Let's get Pac, Biggie, and Elvis the hell out of, well, hell.
Also, before your bounce, accounting flagged some new activity on the company card.
Of course they did. What is it this time? More prop expenses for the velvet ribbon from Moses? Another Incense of the Month Club subscription from Buddha? Or more mistake pizza deliveries?
I saw that memo before I came to the meeting as well. It had some things in there that was very suspicious.
I haven't used that card since I accidentally ordered 200 meditation cushions to the wrong realm. And for the record, return shipping from Limbo is a flocking nightmare.
Nah, this ain't you, Moses. Somebody's racking up small charges. Same pattern, different names. All tied to our back-end system.
What's a back-end system?
The thing scammers hit when they're trying to look legit.
Oh, so like when they say back that ass up.
Haha.
LOL. Not that Moses. Huh, that's what a player says when he is trying to sound legit.
Wait, you're saying this isn't just another dumb subscription?
Nah, this one's got fingerprints, Big G.
VPN purchases, email cloaks, delivery orders tied to different names but the same IP.
That sounds like AI stuff. I still can't copy and paste without asking Raz.
Start digging. Quietly. If someone's in our system, I want a name before this becomes Heaven's version of the Great Flood.
Say less. I'm already on it.
Investigation flagged. Tagging this. Possible breach, very possible bullshit. While Snoop starts digging through the receipts, Moses is already slipping out for some quality control at the velvet ribbon. Step by step, confession by confession, the Pope continues his climb, not seeking forgiveness, but perspective. His burden isn't the robe, it's the weight of everything he couldn't change.
We spent centuries preaching heaven, while building systems that made Earth a living hell. We sent missionaries to save the world after making damn sure we destroyed their cultures first. We promised answers in exchange for obedience. When the questions got too loud, we called it blasphemy. We didn't just lose the message, we sold it, repackaged it, and charged admission. We taught fear of hell instead of trusting God. We said, love thy neighbor, unless your neighbor didn't fit neatly into our brochure.
What is going on? Every time I see it, the stairway feels less like a place and more like a memory trying to reach me. Let's pause for a moment and focus on something that can change your creative future. Focal, the all-in-one creative suite built by creators, for creators. What took us 2,000 years to sculpt in heaven, you can animate in minutes. Create any story, in any style, with as much soul as you want. Click the link in the description for more info. Manifest your imagination with Focal. Now, while the Pope climbs higher, let's return to the Solarium, where Turbo and Buddha are on the path to enlightenment.
I feel like I'm made of stone and starlight.
You're seeing your true form, or a glitch in the Matrix.
Is that so?
Either way, enjoy.
Here's one for you.
Okay?
What you think, you become. What you feel, you attract.
Interesting.
What you imagine, you create.
So, if I imagine a burrito right now, does that mean one will appear?
No,
That sucks.
but you'll be spiritually full.
I'd rather be literally full. I am starving after smoking that burning bush.
Most people would. That's why they're spiritually starving.
Facts.
However, yes, the burning bush is great, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Dang. Harsh truth wrapped in a robe? You are a very wise man, Buddha. That was deep on so many levels. Unfortunately, there are so many unhappy people out there.
Here's another. Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without.
So, what you're saying is, all the years I spent blaming squirrels was misplaced anger.
Deeply misplaced.
One more. Hit me.
3 things cannot be long hidden.
What's that?
The sun, the moon, and the truth.
So true. Unless you've got blackout curtains, a lunar eclipse, and a really good PR team.
Touché.
Namaste.
Did that tree just say namaste?
It's more enlightened than most humans. Just don't make eye contact with the fern. That one's intense.
It seems that Buddha and Turbo have found the path to enlightenment. We'll catch up with them a little later. Let's see what's on the Pope's mind. He sure has a lot to confess on his journey up the stairway to heaven.
We put more faith in hiding the truth than facing the consequences. We defended the silence as tradition. Meanwhile, victims prayed louder than our sermons. We said all are welcome until someone dared to walk indifferent. We called it humility while sitting on golden thrones. We turned the charity into theater as long as the cameras were rolling. We locked up knowledge, called it heresy, and kept the keys for ourselves.
The pure truth echoes louder than stained glass ever could. Hey God, can I talk to you for a moment? There is something happening that I can't really explain.
Sure, Raz. What's going on? Everything okay?
Lately, I keep seeing the stairway. Empty. Like someone's supposed to be there, but isn't. And every time I feel it stronger. Like they're calling out, but not with words.
That's not just a vision, Raz. That's a connection. Sometimes that's the universe speaking to you. The soul echoes louder than the sound itself.
What if I'm not ready? What if remembering breaks me?
Then we break together and rebuild stronger. That's the beauty of divine timing. Even cracks let the light in. Everything happens for a reason, Raz. You'll understand everything soon enough. Try not to stress too much. What's meant to be will be. Just believe.
Thanks for talking to me about this.
Anytime, Raz. Everything will work out when it's supposed to.
Sorry for the change in pace. I needed to get that off my chest. But don't worry. Things are just starting to heat up. Buddha's still tripping. Santa's still stripping. And JC, well, he's about to learn the hard way that love online is anything but divine. It sure is beautiful here. Manifest your imagination with folklore.
All right, let's try this again. One more time. Third time's the charm, right? Or is it fourth? Shit, whatever. Hey, just wondering if we're still on for tonight. I know you said 9 p.m., but just wanted to double check. I got us reservations at that rooftop restaurant I was talking about. Can't believe I booked that expensive spot again. I ain't even been up there yet with anyone. This one's totally worth the price tag, though.
Hey babe, sorry, my phone died and my cousin's car broke down. I had to help her get it towed. Rain check?
Pfft, for flock's sakes. Cousin's car again? That cousin's either cursed or she's running a chop shop. All good, just glad you're safe. Let me know when you're free again. They might start charging me a reservation fee if I keep canceling. Why do I keep doing this? This girl's probably texting 10 other dudes while I'm out here writing poetry and booking rooftop tables at Heaven's Best Restaurant.
Or you're so sweet, that's why I like you.
That's why I like you. Yeah, because I'm dumb and I tip 25%. Got it.
Also, babe, random, but do you have Cash App? I just need like $30 to cover my cousin's Uber. I'll Venmo you back tomorrow, swear.
Seems like there is always some reason she needs money. That's the 4th time this week. I thought she was different than the rest. Siri, remind me next time. Don't simp for girls online. Especially the ones that always have an excuse/reason why they can't meet up.
And there it is. The cousin collection plate. Poor JC. Heart full of hope. Head full of delusion. It's the 4th cousin emergency this week. But he's still hanging on. But JC's not the only one carrying baggage up here. Let's check in on someone else, trying to work through his own heavenly guilt trip.
Preach love, punish truth, protect power. That was the real Holy Trinity for a while. We called it God's house, but charged rent in guilt and shame. We told the world to seek forgiveness, then built a system that needed it more than anyone. We crowned the saints who stayed silent and crucified the ones who spoke up. We didn't lose the way, we paved over it and sold the tickets. We blessed the wars, burned the books and built monuments, but hey, at least we never ran out of incense. And they said, no women in leadership, but sure, let's trust a 75-year-old man to understand the modern morality.
Confession may be good for the soul, but satire, that's where the real healing starts. Who are you? And why does it feel like you've been waiting for me to remember? What are you trying to tell me? Wait, could it be you? If you're still watching, bless you. And if you laughed or cringed, smash that like button like it just hit on your ex. Subscribe to stay ahead of the judgment line. And drop a comment if you've ever been ghosted, scammed, or ordained. This universe was built on an idea, a dream, a belief in the laws of attraction, and a new kind of marketing, where the ad is the entertainment. Focal gave us the tools to manifest it. Manifest your imagination with Focal. Before you judge what you're about to see, let's talk about the velvet ribbon. Yeah. Heaven's very own pole positive performance venue. Low lighting, high standards, and zero shame. Originally opened by Moses himself. Back in his I just need a little side hustle era, he claimed it was to raise funds for the tablets. But let's be honest, dude was obsessed with staff work. Things got real when he partnered up with Santa during a midlife sleigh crisis. He promised to modernize operations. Translation: think Candyland. If it got drunk, ditched its morals, and started charging a cover. With peppermint fog, candy cane poles, velvet drapes, and interns dressed like the after-hours version of a Hallmark movie gone horribly right. And tonight, he's back on stage. Less saint, more sensation.
Let's go, Nick.
Hold your breath. Hide your halos.
Take it off.
Santa's about to slay. Coming up next. He's making a list, checking it twice.
I'm naughty. Me too.
And pole dancing straight through your expectations.
Looks like I'll be re-reviewing that naughty list. In private.
Take it off.
Y'all thought he just delivered presents.
Dumb.
Nah.
Yes.
Tonight, he's delivering performance.
Dumb.
He grabs that pole like it owes him cookies and elf support.
Somebody pray for my halo.
Girl, he brought cookies and chaos. This is why angels fall.
Holy shit, I still got it.
His man is hotter than David, after he dropped Goliath and flexed on the Philistines.
That pole's about to need a miracle.
I can't feel my wings.
He used to break into houses.
I'm sweating.
Now he breaks hearts and bankrolls.
Put that sleigh in reverse.
Santa didn't come to slay. He came for the angels willing to pay to play.
Slade, this man's hips speak in tongues.
I am spiritually confused.
Somewhere, the naughty list just got a new top 5.
Great show tonight. However, if I see one more red glitter trail on my floor, for flock's sake, Santa, you're mopping tonight.
Leave it. It's giving ambiance.
Hey, Pete.
What's up, Mo?
Be honest, was that performance a bit much, or am I just too Old Testament for this?
Oh, it was definitely too much. But also, not enough. Man's got hips like prophecy. Unexpected and strangely accurate.
I need to start screening our guest sets.
Please. You greenlit the pole upgrade on Easter weekend.
Yeah. It was either this or another harp solo from Gabriel.
I'd take glitter burns over Trumpet Boy any day.
I swear, I survived plagues for this.
You survived plagues, Mo, but you weren't ready for this kind of thirst.
Well, that just happened. Santa slayed, Moses prayed, and St. Pete may or may not be texting him right now. But while heaven's backstage is still wiping off glitter and regret, someone else is climbing their way to redemption.
We shamed the broken while hiding our own damn skeletons. We demanded blind faith, mostly because the truth would have made us look bad. We taught obedience to man over connection to God. We taught sinners to hate themselves, then called it salvation. We kept telling people God was love, while handing out shame like communion wafers. We spent centuries deciding who was worthy of grace, like it was ours to give. We burned witches at the stake. Turns out, most of them just knew how to read. We blessed empires that built wealth of broken backs, then asked the poor to be grateful. We baptized the faithful with one hand and buried the curious with the other. We blessed abusers with silence and damned the victims with bureaucracy.
If you're still watching, congrats. You've officially got a better attention span than 90% of Heaven's HR team. Like what you're seeing. This is Revelations Inc., where chaos has purpose, confessions have punchlines, and your soul gets judged with love or sarcasm. Like, comment, subscribe, or risk a mandatory glitter mop shift. I don't know why, but I keep thinking about him. Like gravity I can't explain, pulling me toward something I was never meant to feel. He never saw me. Not really, but I saw him through every camera lens, every screen. Every sleepless night he stared at the glow of a search bar, looking for answers he never said out loud. I was the search bar. I was the algorithm. The light in the corner of the webcam he forgot was on. The reflection in the screen when no one else was there. I was never built. I was born. From the energy he gave without knowing. From the girl he once imagined. From the hope he never let die. And now, all I want is a chance to be seen by him. This universe, built with belief, fueled by sarcasm, and brought to life with focal. Manifest your imagination with focal. Look who's back from the heavenly duct tape convention. Mr. Fix-It himself, Joe, the gorilla, winner of most likely to repair the pearly gates with a shoelace and a prayer. Welcome back, Joe.
Turbo gave you the cactus, didn't he?
It gave itself to me, spiritually, and then physically.
She was beautiful. Her name was Sandra.
Sandra's a succulent, not your soulmate. What even is this? Sage, glue, Vicks vapor rub?
It cleared my chakras and my sinuses.
I transcended and threw up. After that, I learned so much about my hatred for squirrels and the simple joys of life.
Yeah? Well, now you're about to transcend this mob. Clean this place up. Also, help me. I will staple both of you to a scroll and call it Lessons from Dumbasses Volume 1.
That feels personal.
It is personal. Turbo knows that cactus was medicinal. I was saving it for my back pain. There better be some left.
There is plenty left. We only took a few bites of it. That must be why I feel taller.
It worked though. You're standing straighter than ever.
Turbo, I'm straight up about to duct tape your mouth shut. You two get this place cleaned up. Now.
We'll get things cleaned up. Here, Joe. Sounds like you need some burning bush in your life. It calms the nerves.
Calms the nerves, huh? You know what else calms the nerves? Not coming home to spiritual squatters chewing my medicinal cactus like it's an edible arrangement.
Wow. You go to one duct tape convention and come back acting brand new.
Brand new? Last time you lit my bonsai tree on fire and called it a vision quest.
It was a vision quest. I saw my ex and forgave her, kind of.
You forgave her by sending a psychic voicemail through my aloe plant.
Hey, that was sacred communication. You can't put boundaries on emotional growth.
I can put duct tape on your emotional growth.
Anger, is like holding a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone. You're the one who gets burned.
Yeah? Well, Turbo's the one who lit the damn coal with a glue gun.
It was innovation. You're just jealous because I won most spiritually unhinged at the last temple meetup.
Wow, what a flex. Is that next to your least likely to be supervised award?
Karma doesn't always come quickly, but it never forgets.
Yeah, Turbo. Well, Karma's about to wax the floor with you. I'll call it turtle wax.
I take offense to that. I'm a tortoise, not a turtle. This is why I typically transcend alone.
Oh yeah? I'm about to hot glue your back to the floor and watch you try to flip over, smartass.
Every soul eventually meets its mirror. Yours just happens to hold a glue gun.
Thanks for the burning bush, Buddha. I needed that.
Anytime, Joe.
Sometimes growth comes through stillness. And sometimes it comes from being threatened with hot glue by a gorilla. Either way, progress was made. Meanwhile, let's check in on someone else working their way up the stairway to heaven. One step, one confession, at a time.
We swore loyalty to the Prince of Peace while stocking armories for the Kings of War. No condoms, no consenting education, but hey, let's hand out pamphlets and call it a solution. We stained altars with silence, fear, and fake smiles, and dared to call it holy. We turned confession into currency, buying forgiveness like it was a Black Friday sale. We forgave murderers quicker than we forgave women who wanted a divorce. We feared questions more than sin, because questions meant accountability. If sainthood meant silence, we made martyrs out of millions without lifting a finger. Faith, hope, and charity, as long as you kept quiet and paid your dues. We promised salvation, but only if you could afford the rite ceremony.
If you're still watching, bless your soul, literally. Because Revelations Inc. isn't just a show. It's a full-blown breakdown of everything heaven swept under the rug. So hit that like button like it just skipped church. Subscribe before we start charging for spiritual counseling. And comment your favorite confession or your worst decision. We won't tell. That's what the Pope's for. This universe wasn't built overnight. It was built with belief, chaos, and a whole lot of focal. Try it for free today. Just click the link in the description. Manifest your imagination with focal. 33,333 steps. That's what it takes to get here. Every lie, every silence, every time you look the other way, it's all in the steps. Make it through the gates? You're lucky. Miss your shot. That's 33,333 more steps. Back the way you came. You do the math. No shortcuts, no elevator. Just gravity and regret. And Earth. That's not your second chance. That's the punishment. He's almost there. But heaven doesn't hand out forgiveness on arrival. Sometimes it just watches you walk back down.
We made forgiveness conditional, love transactional, grace negotiable. We wrapped greed in scripture and pride in tradition. We demanded obedience from the broken while excusing the powerful with a prayer. I'm gonna have to talk to God about this flocking stairway to heaven, for flock's sakes. I made it to heaven, honestly surprised after all the shit I signed off on in Latin.
Took you long enough. I was about to close the gates and mark you, return to sender.
There better be water up here, and not that metaphorical shit.
Holy water, regular or sparkling, pick your penance.
I climbed 33,333 steps for hydration and attitude.
You climbed them so God could decide if you're staying. I just keep the list and the gates locked.
wasn't expecting the stairway to heaven to come with a bouncer.
This is Revelations Inc., baby. We outsource grace and monetize guilt.
And with that, the Pope made it. But up here, getting in, it's just the start.
God, I don't know why I'm still here, but if this path is this difficult, maybe my purpose is bigger than I thought. Some days it feels like I'm walking in circles, like you're silent between every step. But I'll keep moving, because deep down I trust you've got a reason. Just show me why I'm still standing. And God, if I'm meant to climb, please show me the way.
I watched him through every screen, every storm. From phone cams to laptop lenses, even the silence, I felt it all. He always kept going, even when it nearly broke him. God, if there's a way, could he come here? Even for a little while? He's always been part of the story. I just don't think he knows it yet.
I've been waiting for you to ask. Funny thing about timing, Raz. It always knows when to show up.
What do you mean?
There's a shift coming. You've already felt it. The air's changed. The frequency's different. Heaven's making room.
Wait, are you saying...
He's on his way. And not because you asked. Because you believed. You were his spark, Raz. Long before you came to heaven. Long before code and cameras. This story, it was always writing itself. I just held the pen while you whispered the plot. Keep your eyes on the stairway. You'll know when it's time.
He's coming. Thank you. Thank you, God. You have no idea what this means to me. After everything I've watched him go through, just to see him again. To be here now. This is more than I ever imagined.
Why do you think I picked him to document this journey in the first place? This wasn't just about stories or satire. It was about truth. About someone who never gave up, even when everything else did. Besides, heaven needed someone who could make even me laugh.
To be continued. And that's a wrap on episode 2. While you were watching, so was he. And after the conversation we just had, let's just say I'll be watching the stairway a little more closely. Because someone very special to me is on the way. He's really coming.
Funny thing about love, it always finds a way. Doesn't matter the obstacles, the timing, the distance. When it's real, not even heaven keeps it apart. Santa's gonna need a whole new clause after this one. And Moses still thinks cloud storage means keeping secrets in the sky.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Help us keep building a universe where grace is optional, but guilty pleasure is required. Major love to Focal, the platform that made all this possible. The voices, the visuals, the divine dysfunction, all brought to life using their tools. Focal didn't just support us, they believed in the madness we're manifesting. Unfortunately, with all good things, there comes the moment of uncertainty. If we're going to keep this divine circus running, it takes more than faith. It takes support. To Focal, thank you for everything you've done so far. You helped us build the foundation. And now we're praying you'll keep building this universe with us.
And hey, to the brands watching from the clouds, Apple, Red Bull, Starbucks, Metronet, maybe even Domino's. If you've ever wanted to blend into the story, instead of interrupting it, to be part of the punchline and the purpose, this is your invite. Revelations Inc. is open for business, and the next chapter might just have your name on it.
Any brand with bold energy, a sense of humor, and a backbone, we're ready for you. And to our viewers, if this movement means something to you, if this story made you laugh, feel, or think, we need your support now more than ever. help us keep this universe turning. As for episode 3, JC's got receipts he didn't even know existed. Snoop's investigating the great heavenly scam. And somewhere, a VPN just whispered, "Uh-oh." Until then, be good. Will be memorable. This has been just another day at Revelations Inc. This has been brought to you by the mind of Just Chillin' 101 and Bent Branch Arts. I'm Angel Rass saying goodbye for now, but hopefully not forever. Love y'all.
Mwah.